All right, hey, first and foremost, I want to give all glory and praise not unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, and Bahashim, Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, all right, which rule well in the only Great Millstone. All right, peace and much love, honors and blessings, salutations to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, which hold their conduct, composure, and integrity. All right, this is Yaakov Wall, just a brother Yaakov Wall, man, making a video real quick on my way to camp. Still got a little bit of time left, but just making sure my connection is stable. Just want to talk real quick. Lord willing, you can hear me. Fuck the quality, man. I ain't even tripping on that. You don't need to see me really, but I just want to talk about, like the title says, tailor-made temptations just for you. And what I mean about being tailor-made and just for you is that everything that you deal with in your life is precisely made for you. I mean, that's really all I can say. But when you go into the scriptures and you look at how every man being tempted, but not being tempted above what he cannot handle. I mean, this is the Lord trying you, but making it seem like you can't handle it. All right. Otherwise, what's the point of being tempted and tried or tested? All right, and what the Lord is doing with you, man, what he's doing with all of the elect, all right, every man, woman, and child that is sincere, that believes in Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, the right way, properly, all right, moderation and balance, modesty, all right, what he's doing is he's proving us all. And that's the reason why on a daily basis, all right, we're a gazing stock to affliction, like it says in Hebrews, what is that, the 9th or the 10th chapter, I believe. But that's the reason why you are always in a situation. You're always in some type of, you got to deal with some type of obstacle every day. All right. There's always hiccups in how you deal. You trip. You even fail. All right. But it's all part of the purification process. All right. Paul said that he is espoused to one husband, and that he's basically, preparing us to be purified, to be brought back to our husband, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, joined back. All right, but that takes a process, man. The one account that came to mind was, I think it was King Ahasuerus, if I'm not mistaken. I think during the Persian Empire. It's in the book of man, I can't even remember the book. It's in the Apocrypha. But it was the account with Queen Vashti. All right, Queen Vashti during the Persian Empire, obviously was made, dubbed a queen under the king. But the king summoned her one day. Basically, he wanted to show her off in front of all of the councilmen and all that, And even Queen Vashti had her own little powwow with her girlfriends and shit, and she declined. She said no. And all the men of the king at that time counseled this, the king, and they said, dethrone her ass, man. Kick her out, basically. Divorce her and everything, man, because she has not listened to you, and this will spread to all the other women, and all the other women will become disobedient unto their husbands. And so what happened was Queen Vashti was dethroned, basically, or divorced, basically exiled, all right? And a proclamation went out, man, from the king, that their wives had to be, subject and subservient to their husbands. So what happened afterwards, though, was the whole thing I wanted to get on. I think it was like 600 women that were prepared for King Ahasuerus, I believe. If that's even the wrong name, Salakia. Actually, let me see if I can get it real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Because I do want to get this. Let me try it right here. Vashti Apocrypha. Let's try finding it in here. All right, the book of Esther. Yeah, in the book of Esther, which is the editions of Esther, because you have two books. You got two parts of Esther, one in the actual, the scriptures, and then, one of the Apocrypha. So anyways, in Esther 1, in verse 10, it said, on the seventh day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zethar, and Carsis, the seven chamberlains that served in the king in the presence. Yeah, it is of can't even say it. Ahasuerus, the king, to bring Vashti, the queen, before the king with the crown royal, to shew the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. All right. Therefore was the king very wroth. So King Ahasuerus got really mad. Shit, he told his woman to come here. She didn't. Oh yeah, you're gonna get irritated. And that's what happened here. It says, so basically, a compare and contrast. The reason why the whole point of why I'm reading this is because there's a purification process. Every temptation that you're dealt with in this time, every single thing, whether it be an upset stomach, an infirmity, a hangnail, scratch, paper cuts, broken limbs, it's all meant to test you on how you're gonna, how your mentality is gonna remain intact. Are you gonna throw in the towel because you're tired of tripping over a curb in your life, or are you gonna remain loyal and continue to listen and serve? That's what we're doing. That's what we're dealing with right now. We already know the Lord's not gonna buy or redeem any man back in this time if he ain't being obedient. One of my favorite chapters in Isaiah, the first chapter, goes into about the reasoning that the Lord is doing with Israel. And he's giving them a deal. Learn to be obedient. Learn where his wisdom is. Learn. All right? And if so, I will wipe your slate clean. It's really the same deal he gave us before, man. With the Lord, no, he and Jake, Same deal, same requirements, but better. Just continue to do it. So going back to Esther, the editions of Esther in the Apocrypha 1 and 12, it says, but the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's chamberlain, or Salaki, commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned on him. Then the king said, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment. It says, and that's dope, Adam 1773. It says, and the next unto him was Karshina, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Maris, Marcina, and Marmukin, the seven princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom, and said, what shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law? Because she have not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains. Same thing that we deal with in this time. We're commanded to be loyal and faithful to temptation. The trial, or what does it say in Peter? That the trial of your faith may be that worketh anything more precious than gold. It's a prerequisite to be afflicted, all right? To catch hell, okay? It is the duty, and your job as a servant of the Lord, all right, to suffer, that you can be made precious, you can be purified and purged and cleaned, all right? What does it say where it's seen you are in heaviness through manifold temptations? All right, that is the lot of a prophet, a man of the Lord, a servant of the Lord, all right, a representative. Okay, there are other topics that of reasons why is because we're proving our loyalty back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in this time because we've been unfaithful. All right, we've been treacherous. Scriptures tell you, I mean, when you look at the word treacherous, man, it's betrayal. We betrayed the Lord, man, through our actions. So the Lord has given us, ways to make our actions and amend them. All right, he's given us a way to amend our actions, which is a pure balance, because you look in also in the book of Jeremiah, it even tells you, amend your doings. And if you amend them thoroughly, so he's given us a way to be detailed on how we act in this time to be good. All right, that's the purification process. That's the silver being refined in the furnace, the gold being refined in the furnace. All right, but that furnace is that adversity. All right, the hell that you catch. All right, and really, I kind of wanted to aim this topic about, sometimes we got, other men, all bros, man, being in the camp and in a group with each other. We got to remember, man, that our temptations are not the same as others, and we gotta be humble and meek to a brother going through a temptation, because just because you can overcome that temptation, that's not the point. The point is for you to teach the brother, or to be there for him while he goes through it, because he can't. He's learning how to do it. All right, something I've been dealing with, man, in my mind lately, man. Satan's been really, on my mind a lot, been attacking me in my dreams. I don't get rest, but I'm dealing with thoughts that affect me personally, things that may not affect another brother, but that brother should be able to understand, or comfort to help the brother get through that situation. But at the same time, we got to guard ourselves like men. So there's a balance to all these things, and that's something we got to learn to always do. And remember, man, just because we've been in this thing for 10 years, 15 years, 13 years, 5 years, man. You're not free from the bond of affliction, man. This is what we got. Admonishment as well, man. We got to remember to be humble to each other. Understand each other. Okay, but anyways, this is back in Esther 1 and 16. It says, and Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen have not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes, and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus. It says, for this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all men, so that they shall despise their husbands, Salakia. For this deed of the queen in their eyes, when it shall be reported, the king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered. Kick the fuck out for not listening to her king, basically, to her Lord. You remember Sarah, identified Abraham as Lord, because really the man is basically the God over the woman. You got Yahweh over Yahweh and the angels. All right, then you got Yahweh over the angels, and then but Yahweh ultimately over the angels and man. All right. But then under the man is the woman, and under the woman are the children. But the man overlooks the woman and the children. But so basically, because you disobeyed, this man's decrees in his house, your ass been kicked out. And ain't that what going on in the world of today? If a woman ain't being what a man wants, he'll kick her ass out, man. Get the fuck out of my house, man. Even vice versa, man. Like the man could be in the woman's house and be like, fuck this, I'm gone. Basically, he's done with that woman. Well, that's what is happening here with Queen Vashti. But keeping it to what I'm, to the topic that I'm getting to, or that I'm speaking about, these commandments that we're being met with, these afflictions, these trials, all right, those in a sense are commandments from the Lord. Like, deal with this situation. All right, you're gonna you're gonna fracture your ankle, deal with it. You know, do what you got to do to fix it. You know, because oh man, there's so much that can be said, man. Because even Wisdom of Solomon talks about the things that happen in the process of healing doesn't come from the things of the earth; it comes from the Lord. It's not the mollifying ointment that heals. Everything that's supposed to lead you to thank Yahweh Shema for healing, because really he don't have to. The Lord can let that break or that wound stay open, to where it become a putrefying sore. And then you see what happens when it becomes putrefying, right? You basically just you can't inflict too many more strokes on this item. It'll just make it go worse. And that's really what happened to Israel. They were met with approving, but they couldn't be loyal to it. They just bruised, and it was. And every time they got strict when they got hit, it just opened up the wound already. It didn't heal, it didn't fortify. Same way that we're dealing today. Are you being a brat? Are you whining? You complaining? You bitching about all the situations you deal with, or are you doing what you got to do to fix it and really strengthening your mind to continue? That's what you got to. That's what you got to do. All right. Really, we're getting beaten this time, but you got to take your beatings like a man. And all of a sense, Jeremiah 6:2 tells you that we are as a comely and delicate woman, man. So the Lord in all is really beating his woman. But we got to take them beatings, man. All right. And we got to listen. And whether you like it or not, you got to take it, because we deserve it. Jake today, man, act like they don't deserve a beating, man, but you have no idea. All right? So it said in verse 19, if it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus. And let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. All right, that's why it's very crucial that when you are being brought to the fire, all right, when you're being afflicted, tempted, tried, it's important how you deal, man. It's important how you react, man. The response back to that situation is always important, man. The angels are recording, man. We already know Yahweh and Yahushua already see it, but they're watching, man, how you deal. You're going to talk shit to them. You're going to cuss them out. And fuck this, man. I'm fucking done. How are you going to deal? Okay? It's not for you to choose your trials. It's not for you to choose your afflictions and temptations. All right? You were not given a choice on what ass whoopings you were going to take and which ones you weren't. Okay? So it says, and when the king's decree, which he shall be published in small, and the saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan. For he sent letters into all the king's provinces, and to every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after the language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and it should be published according to the language of every people. All right, and it came, after these things, when the wrath of the king I need to slow down, Salakia. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done and what was decreed against her. So he thought about her, use your imagination in that, right? Then said the king's servants, it says, then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king. And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan, the palace, to the house of the women, unto the custody of Heg, the king's chamberlain, keeper of the women, and let their things for purification be given them. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so. And so, yeah, man, so he went out. So basically, the king was given the choice to pick out of another woman, a clean woman that would be better than the last. Is that not what the Lord has done with us? Don't you have the Lord picking the best part of the woman that he originally made to be, basically, he's picking the best, is the elect. All right, you got the elect, which is the Israel of God, right? He kicked her out, and he's getting a better woman. That comes through the elect and what they deal with and go through today, man. So that's why it's important that you have, that man, the whole path of temptations and trials, man. It's making you a better person. Okay? So you see how I'm, correlating this account to what I'm talking about now. Tailor-made temptations, basically perfect situations made for you to make you better in the end, Lord willing. All right? So it says, now in Shushan, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite, who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away. And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter. For she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's right here. So it came to pass when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens gathered together unto Shushan the palace, to the custody of Haggai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house to the custody of Haggai, keeper of the women. And the maiden pleased him, so King Ahasuerus liked Esther. And she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification. He wanted that, you know what, man? He definitely liked her. Hey, man, Israelite women are beautiful. You can't deny that. Our women are very beautiful. I mean, at this time, shit. Goddamn. But shit, man, keep it to what I'm talking about. All right, the better woman is the elect in this time, but that's the things of the purification is what we're going through right now. All right, the judgment, the bearing the indignation, which is the trials and the temptations. All right. So it said, and the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him. And he speedily gave her things for purification, with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens, which were meet to be given her out of the king's house. And he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women. Esther had not shewed her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not shew it. Salaki. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the woman's house, to know how Esther did and what should become of Esther. Now here's the part, the main part. Now when every maid's turn was come to go in to King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months. So it took a year to purify these women before they even came back before they came to this man or to the king. So look how many years you've been serving Yahweh Shem Shai, man. It takes a process to be brought back to the Lord. Remember, man, something that's said amongst, the brotherhood a lot, especially in Great Millstone. I don't know how much it's said in other camps. It says in this time, that's where the Lord said until the very end. All right, that's why the scriptures tell you to strive to the truth until death, because it's a process until the very end that you got to serve the Lord to be purified. All right, so yeah, man. It's like you got this cracker right here, man, trying to be an asshole. I'm not gonna let him in. Sorry, bro. This dude trying to, I don't know what you're thinking you're gonna do. But anyways, it says, now when every maid's turn was come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months. Salaka, hold on. Now when every maid's turn was come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the woman, accomplished, to wit, 6 months with sweet odors and with other things for the purifying of the woman. You could be beautiful, all right, you know, but you still stink. There's things you got to get in order, man. You know, women, you know, I don't want to get too silly, man, but, you know, every month, you know, you got your little thing, you know, but, you know, you got to make sure your pH balance in check. You don't smell like a fucking car battery, you know, or a penny. All right, you know, you don't want to walk into the king with some split ends. All right, you know, dirty toenails, crooked teeth, or whatever, smelling body, BO, and everything. That's what. But you could be beautiful, you could be pretty. You just got to be, you know, made up. All right, that's what's going on here, man. You gotta envision yourself coming into this truth, you know, with rags and, you know, clothes with holes and dust and dirt all in your hair and, you know, dirty face. But when you come into this truth, man, you cleaning that all off. The scriptures say, wherewith shall a young man cleanse his way? All right. The scriptures even say, what is that? In Jeremiah, I think it's Isaiah or Jeremiah. Though thou wash thee with much nitrate, which is carbon, all right, which is soap, thine iniquity is yet before thee. You know, you're still dirty, man. So we got to cleanse our minds. That's how you do it today. That's how we're being cleansed, through the fire of adversity, with temptations, with trials and temptations. All right, and it's a process. But these trials that you go through, man, are made for you. All right, you're in a spa of affliction. All right, you're in a salon of adversity. Okay, and that's important to how you deal. All right, it's important that you remain faithful to them. Okay, I know there's a scripture where it said that, man, like, you know, basically, yeah, just be faithful. All right, but every situation, and it's encouragement to brothers, man, you know, to give, you know, encouragement. Like, it may feel like it's too much for you, man, but hey, man, the Lord is faithful, like you said in what is that? 1 Corinthians 10:13. And he will not suffer a man to be tempted above what he cannot handle. Just because you failed doesn't mean that it was too much. It's there for a reason. You got to fight and you got to overcome it the next time. Look, man, just because we're to the very end of this thing, just because Jacob's trouble is coming, you know, doesn't mean the Lord's going to ease up on you, man. It's going to be like this to the very end. And when you come into harder times, or when you come to a harder situation, you got to pray for the Lord to give you a better, stronger spirit to endure it. Because rest assured, man, you're going to need that spirit to overcome what's coming, because it's going to only get harder from here. All right, so pray to the Lord. Hey, look at that, 777, 877 or 877714. Damn, beautiful. So just keep it in mind, you know, when you're going through hell, man, when you're going through the bullshit of life, you know, hey, it was made for you. Shit, man, even sometimes, me personally, man, I get bitter at things. You know, I get, you know, you know, fuck, man, you know, shit. Are you fucking kidding me? It just happened the other day when I was making a live, man. I thought the live deleted. That's where a lot of my hell comes from, or not a hell, but that's where a lot of my irritation comes from, man. My videos, trying to make videos, because Satan always fucking with it, you know. But you know, little shit. But hey, man, as long as you keep your integrity intact to always get, you know what you're serving and who you want to serve and what you want to do, which is to, you know, run this race. Well, hey, man, Lord willing, you gravy. All right? Just keep your eyes single, like the scriptures say. Keep your priority, your focus, and your love to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Always, man. Always, because there's no giving up. All right? So, hey, Lord willing, I hit the point. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, B'Hashem Rakakodash. double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Hey, peace and much love, honors and blessings to the elect of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Hey, keep the faith, keep strong, be loyal, all right? Hey, to the next time, man, Yahweh Shem Shai Brakatham, Kwame Sha'ala Shalom.